Are you feeling really confused about the profiles and the lines on your human design chart? Maybe you've watched lots of videos, perhaps you've read different kinds of blogs, tried to get all sorts of information, and it still just feels really confusing. If this sounds familiar, you're probably not alone. You know, it's definitely, well, it was definitely my experience. This is how I got into human design in the first place. You know, you really want to understand your human design. You know, you get this chart, it's a really weird looking chart. You go, what does it all mean? So you go searching, and someone says something else. Some of it's common, some of it, some of the things they're saying just doesn't make sense. You know, someone will say it in one way, someone will say it in another way, and you just wonder, is there any correct way? Maybe you should just give up. Is it actually even worth it? Well, yes, it is worth it. That's, you know, my experience of human design, definitely worth it. Now, if you stick around, I'm going to show you that it doesn't have to be as hard as it seems. So I'm going to show you, to start with, a new way of viewing the lines and the profiles in human design that makes it much clearer. So this is a technique that I came up with as a human design reader to help make it easier to explain things to my clients. So I'm Marianne from Human Design Alchemy. I'm an experienced human design reader, coach, and teacher. So today I'm going to begin by talking about the lines. So these actually originally come from the I Ching hexagrams. And there's a bit to how I Ching and human design come together. So just for this point, just know we're looking at a hexagram. So this is where I want you to imagine that there are 6 horizontal lines that are just stacking on top of each other. These are the actual lines that we're talking about that make a hexagram. So hexagram, meaning there's 6. So just have a little bit of a think about it. So we've got line 1 that's at the bottom, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, and at the top, line 6. Now, each of these lines has its own particular flavor and identity. And what I've realized is that if I think about them as an archetype, they start to make sense, because these archetypes are their own person energy, maybe. So they each have their own likes and their dislikes, their ways of learning, their ways of relating to each other and relating to the world as well. So if we think about them as this person, this archetype, it can be much easier to actually get a handle on what it's all about. Now, the names that were given to each of the lines in traditional human design was given by Ra Uru Hu, the originator of human design. And many of the things that he named in human design are very confrontational language, is what I would say. So, for example, I have line 3 as part of my profile. Maybe you do too. In traditional human design, this is called the martyr. What does that even mean? And that's what I'm often asked by my clients. Now, some of these words have meaning from a historical point of view, but if you don't know, if you've never heard the word martyr, which many of my clients haven't, there's no context there. So really, what I do is I look at the meaning behind the term that Ra gave them. And I also look at what the energy is contained within each line. And from that, I've actually been able to create these archetypes that make it much easier. Now, if you can imagine, if each line has its own archetype, its own person we can think about, when we then bring them together in the profile, we're actually making a unique team by joining together these 2 archetypes. And as we know, when there's a team, There's all sorts of things that can happen. So we can then understand how these two archetypes react when they come together to make the profile. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about for today. This is the first video in a new series that I've got going at the moment. So watch out for the next ones. This is called A New View of Your Human Design Profile. So I don't want you to miss any of the next videos that are coming along. So make sure that you like and subscribe down below. Now, I do have a special offer. And it's one that I'm very excited about. I am offering a special human design taster where I will focus on your profile, plus some other things as well. So this is a $22 offer. You get a 20-minute distant human design reading that goes straight into your inbox. Just need to click the links that I've put below and grab this incredible opportunity. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.